In Chile, at least 20 people were killed, more than 1,000 injured this week in protests in Santiago. People were on the streets protesting against the gap between rich and poor. There's further unrest in the capital after more than a week of riots. Rachel Stanton reports.
Mourning those lost. Around 1,000 women took to the streets in Santiago, demanding justice for those killed and injured in anti-government demonstrations. Protests and social unrest now shake the country for a second week.
We
are trying to make our pain visible. We can't continue supporting a system that has alienated us and doesn't give us a possibility of growing as human beings.
Aside from demanding justice for those killed and injured, more demonstrations took place. Authorities say about 20,000 people protested against the government on Friday. Inequality, healthcare costs, education, and a rise in metro ticket prices are just some of the issues that protesters feel strongly about. To try and clear people out of the way, water cannons and tear gas were deployed.
I'd rather die here in the streets fighting than paying my credit, because honestly, if you ask me what's my job, I work in retail. I do not even work in what I studied. I studied audiovisual communication and I have never worked in that.
President Piñera has announced a series of social measures and a cabinet reshuffle to try and appease protesters. He has also been forced to cancel 2 major international summits. Despite these changes, it may not be enough to stop the anger and frustration of those living in the country. Rachel Stanton, BBC News.